Welcome back, everyone. We are pleased to have Phil Atkins from Mental Health Recovery Services with us today. How you doing?
I'm doing great, Jeff. How are you?
Good, good. Big end of February, had your big annual meeting. How'd things go?
We did. We took a little time to kind of pause and celebrate some of the things that we've done over the last year. Our theme was Reflections, Wellness to Recovery, and we're trying to look at things a little differently now. You know, we always have looked in mental health and addictions treatment at all of the symptoms and helping people not have symptoms. But what we're looking at now is helping people live better lives from the get-go.
Yeah.
That if people can be healthy and holistically healthy from the start, and we can raise healthy kids and we can have healthy workplaces, then, you know, hopefully people won't need our services.
Right, because and that totally makes sense, because I would think very few people are going to go through life where they don't need some kind of help that you offer. So kind of head it off early, I'm thinking, right?
That's right. You know, 1 in 4 people in their lifetime will experience a mental illness.
Yeah.
And so, you know, everybody's family has someone who probably at some period may either have a major mental illness like schizophrenia or chronic depression or bipolar disorder, or they may have an episodic thing like a divorce where they're, you know, or a loss, a death, where, you know, they need some temporary kind of help just to get them through that transition. But
yeah,
we had a great annual meeting. We really featured 2 things that I think are really kind of innovative for our area. And the first one is our Access program. We have really committed as the board to making sure that we provide the resources to our agencies to have 24-hour access. We have 24-hour access 7 days a week. So anyone can come into our Coleman building at 799 South Main Street here in Lima and see somebody immediately, 7 days a week. So if it's Sunday at 2 o'clock in the morning, you know, and you need to see somebody, then somebody's there.
Yeah.
One of the things that we consistently heard from our communities is that, you know, people don't schedule their crises from 8 to 5.
It's not a 9 to 5.
Yeah,
time,
it's,
right?
you know, it's certainly not, you know, things happen over the weekend and families are together and things blow out. And so we wanted to make sure that those services were available.
Yeah.
Kind of as the backbone to that, we have expanded our crisis stabilization unit to 16 beds. And our crisis stabilization unit is actually kind of a hospital step down. It's 1 notch before the hospital. It's medically monitored. There's a psychiatrist, there are nurses, there are mental health providers that are there 24 hours a day, and people stay there until they're stabilized. You know, maybe a couple of days to get them back on their medications. And when the governor's cabinet members were here, they toured the crisis stabilization unit, and we noted that we're the only one in this entire part of the state.
Wow.
You have to go to Toledo or south of Dayton to get that, and that's available to all of the residents in our 3 counties.
Yeah, boy, that only makes sense because, as you mentioned, you know, mental illness is not a 9 to 5 thing. You have a crisis on the weekend, what do? I mean, it's not like you can wait till Monday. This is kind of a temporary thing to get them a little transitional period, right?
That's right, because sometimes people just need to be redirected, you know, and they need to know, okay, this is a crisis that maybe we could handle at home with some ideas.
Yeah.
We offer something called screening, brief intervention, and referral to treatment. We refer to it as ESPER because we have acronyms for everything.
Right, that's right.
And so people can come in for a screening and just kind of get the size and shape of it. They can talk to a professional and maybe get some ideas. Okay, why don't you go home and try this, and then, you know, come back or give us a call later if those things don't work.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's just people knowing that they have an appointment the next week with a mental health person or a doctor that really helps.
Yeah, it provides a little hope. You're right.
Yeah.
The annual meeting always a good time too to recognize a few people.
We do. We provide awards for folks, and we work very closely with our agencies and with other community organizations. And this year we recognized some folks. Our advocates of the year, people who have really gone above and beyond for advocacy, were Ed and Nancy Hoffmeyer.
Oh, okay.
And Ed and Nancy, Ed is on our board. He was a longtime Lima City Schools teacher, and they have done tireless work, hours of volunteer work. They want to run a really great program called Depression Recovery, all as volunteers. And it's just because they believe in it, and they've put so many hours, and their spirit is just so amazing. We wanted to honor them. We have such great professionals that just do work every day in our agencies, and Tina Veerhoff from Family Resource Centers was our Professional of the Year. Tina has done a lot of different jobs, and she's very highly educated, very quietly competent. You always know Tina's going to do,
Sure.
you know, what she says she's going to do. So we wanted to make sure that her contributions have been honored. This year, kind of for the first time, we have Business Associates of the Year, and our Business Associates of the Year went to two organizations, the Lima Chamber, and also to Spherion. And Jed Metzger and Karen Grothaus from those organizations have been really instrumental in developing a new program that we're working with to help people who are in staffing agencies, who come to staffing agencies, who fail a drug screen, who could otherwise be employed.
Great. Well, congratulations to them. Thanks for coming in, Phil.
Yeah, thank you very much.
We'll be back right after this.